Hi, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joyofbaking.com. Today we're going to make chocolate marshmallow fudge, or maybe you know it as fantasy fudge, and this is what it looks like. It is wonderfully creamy, smooth, with a rich and sweet chocolate flavor. And one of the great things about this fudge is how easy it is to make. Now, whenever you make candy, it is a good idea to read over your recipe a few times so you're familiar with it, and also have out all your ingredients pre-measured. So what you will need is a 9-inch square, that's 23 centimeter baking pan. And I like to line it with the bottom and sides with a piece of aluminum foil. And make sure you have a bit of an overlap of the foil, because what we're going to do is if you have this, you can just grab a hold of it and lift the fudge out when we're about to cut it. It makes it much easier. So I like my fudge to have nuts. Now, if you prefer without, you can just simply leave out your nuts. And also, if you prefer maybe some dried fruit, you can use a combination of nuts and fruit, or just fruit. I mean, really, this is up to you. So what I like to do is add about 1.5 cups, that's 150 grams of chopped nuts. Now you can use whatever your favorite nut is. You know, walnuts are good, pecans, hazelnuts, almonds, pistachios, I mean really, whatever you like. And actually, today I'm going to use a combination of walnuts and pecans, 3/4 cup, that's 75 grams of each. And I like to toast my nuts because I find that really brings out their flavor. So I put my pecans and walnuts on the same baking sheet because they take about the same time to toast. So put them in a 350 degree Fahrenheit, which is 180 degrees Celsius oven, for about maybe 8-10 minutes until they're lightly toasted. And you can always tell when nuts are done because you can smell them. And then take them out, let them cool, and then coarsely chopped like I've done here. And then the other thing you need to have ready is your chocolate. Now, you can either use your favorite semi-sweet chocolate bar and just chop it up, or you can use chocolate chips. So if you want to use a chocolate bar, use 12 ounces, which is 340 grams of your, like I said, your semi-sweet chocolate, or 2 cups of your favorite semi-sweet chocolate chips. And have that. And also you will need, I like to add a little flavoring, vanilla extract. Again, you could leave that out. I'm adding 1.5 teaspoons. Now just put that to the side because we're not going to add that right away. We're going to add those ingredients at the end. So what you will need to make our fudge is a heavy bottom, pretty large saucepan. And what I'm going to do is put in 2 cups, that's 400 grams of granulated white sugar. And then 4 tablespoons, 55 grams of butter. I like to use unsalted. You could use salted, whichever you like. And I just cut it into small cubes so it melts faster. And then I'm adding a little salt, 1/4 teaspoon. And then I'm adding 1 5-ounce can of evaporated milk. That's 160 milliliters, or 2/3 cup. Now, don't confuse evaporated milk with sweetened condensed milk. They're not the same thing. Evaporated milk is just plain unsweetened milk that has about 60% of its water removed. And then our last ingredient, because this is called marshmallow fudge, we are going to add 1 7-ounce container, which is 198 grams by weight, of marshmallow cream. And this gives us that really creamy, smooth fudge. And marshmallow does help to prevent sugar crystallization, which means grainy fudge, which we don't want, and that's why we use this, because it will prevent that. Now make sure when you're buying your marshmallow fluff or cream, you check the expiry date. Because just like if you buy marshmallows and they're old, they're kind of, it's not nice and creamy smooth. As you can see, this is really sticky stuff, but so good. Okay, So now what we're going to do is bring all these ingredients up to a boil. Now you want to do that medium-low heat, because you want it to slowly come up, because we don't want it to burn. Got a lot of sugar in here and we don't want it to burn. And stir it constantly, and that will prevent that from happening. Okay, so we're almost at a boil here. So once it's at a boil, there's two ways you can do this. One, you can just set your kitchen timer for 5 minutes and just let it cook for 5 minutes. Of course, you want to stir it constantly, either with, I have a heat-proof spatula here, or you can use a wooden spoon. The other way is to use a candy thermometer. You could either use a digital or you can use the mercury type and cook the mixture till it reaches 230 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 110 degrees Celsius. Now, the reason I say time it is because it does take 5 minutes, about 5 minutes, for this mixture to come to the 230 degrees. So if you don't have a candy thermometer, it's kind of a great thing just to be able to time it. But I'm going to just put my probe in here. And just keep, like I said, just keep stirring it constantly. Okay, so we're now at 230. So I'm going to remove it from the heat. Get my thermometer out. And then I'm going to add all of my chocolate. And just stir. I'm just going to use my spatula if you're using the wooden spoon, or you could even use a wire whisk, whatever you like. And just keep stirring until all of your chocolate has melted, which happens pretty fast because that syrup is, our fudge is so warm. Start to smell that chocolate. Okay, that's about done. So now what I'm going to do is add all of my nuts, chopped nuts, and my vanilla. Nice stir. See, this is really easy to make. And what a great gift. People always like to get fudge. Okay, so now all that's left is to pour it into our pan. Okay, looks good. And then you can just use the back of a spoon or a knife, or I'm just using an offset spatula. On the edge there. I'm just going to spread it out nice and evenly. And then what we're going to do is just leave this for about an hour or two, depending on how warm your kitchen is, just until it becomes nice and firm. So just leave it like that. And when we come back, I'll show you how to take it out of the pan and cut it into squares. So it's been about an hour, and my fudge is nice and firm and it's cooled down. So just take the sides of your foil and just lift it right out of the pan. And then just peel back the foil. And then I like to trim up the edges. So just kind of cut just a little off. And put that aside. It's kind of the cook's treat. Nibble on that. And then Because this fudge is quite rich, I prefer to just cut it into probably about 1 inch, 2.5 centimeter pieces. Although, of course, you can cut it any size you want, just like that. And then I will give it a try. Very nice. It's very creamy and smooth from that marshmallow cream. And then the chocolate flavor, of course, and then I like the nuts, nice crunch of the nuts. You know, it's great to give as gifts for Christmas. And what's wonderful is it's so easy to make, so you can make large batches and then just wrap it up, nice little box or something, and give it as a gift. Now, you can cover and store this in the refrigerator several days, or what's really nice is this freezes so well. So just make sure it's well wrapped, put it in your freezer, last several months, and enjoy. And until next time, I'm Stephanie Jaworski of joyofbaking.com.